Hey guys, welcome back to Adlib Talk, and this is my review for Squid Game. Believe the hype. Squid Game was a really fun experience to watch. It's tense, it's got a lot of drama, and it's simply just a great time overall. And you will be on the edge of your seat for most of the screen time. But before we get into more details, as always guys, don't forget to leave a like on this video if you enjoyed, and please do consider subscribing, as those are the two main ways you can help support my channel right here at Adlib Talk. Cheers, and let's get right into that review. So Squid Game is a South Korean survival drama which released on Netflix and has literally taken the streaming service by storm, and is on its way to becoming one of the Streaming Conglomerate's most successful shows of all time. The series involves a number of children's games, each with its own horrible twist, with 456 contestants competing to make it through each game and ultimately win the 45.6 million won cash prize. Spice things up, the contestants, who come from different sectors of society, all seem to be in great debt, adding to their desperation to win. The concept is incredibly original and was one of the winning factors for this series. Getting to watch the contestants go through these grueling experiences made for a fantastic time, and as I already said, always had me on the edge of my seat. I will not spoil the games in this review because I know a lot of people who have still not watched the series, but believe me, the absolute best part of the series were the games. Now, the fun and exciting games would mean little to nothing without us caring for the characters, and this is another element where series director Hwang Dong-hyuk truly nailed by focusing on a small number of the 456 contestants and making us care for some and hate others. Our main protagonist, Seong Gi-hun, is a divorce chauffeur who has fallen into a lot of debt. He lives with his grandma, and at the start of the series is absolutely pathetic. I honestly felt bad for him with his addiction to gambling and his struggles to support his daughter and his mother, both emotionally and financially, being the main catalyst for his participation in the games. Series takes its time to show us this, and that is to its benefit. Lee Young-jae does an excellent job at portraying this conflicted character with a ton of issues, but with whom we can quite easily empathize, to be honest, as his problems are very human and very real. The main cast also involves actors like Park Hae-soo, whose character ends up wanted by the police despite being a very gifted student who studied at Seoul National University. Wee Ha-jun, who is a police officer who attempts to infiltrate the games. Jung Ho-yeon, who is a North Korean defector attempting to get money to find the rest of her family. Oh Young-soo, who is an elder who unfortunately has a brain tumor, who also participates in the games. Hyo Sung-tae, who is the gangster who unfortunately for himself ends up with a lot of gambling debts and thus enters the game for that reason and for another small reason. Anupam Tripathi, a migrant from Pakistan, who again enters the games for a number of reasons, but mainly because of lack of money to support his family. We've also got Kim Yoo-ryong, who is a fascinating woman of whom we know very little, but we see her attempt to manipulate herself through the games. Now, all of these characters are given their fair screen time, and we get to know them and understand them. There are no truly good characters here. Each has their own flaws. Many of them can be described as losers, to be honest, especially our main protagonist, Seong Gi-hun, whose attempts to be a parent are quite pathetic, to be honest, as are pretty much most of his actions prior to getting into the games. But seeing them fail reminds us that they are ultimately human. There are no superheroes here. I especially enjoy the contrast between Gi-hun and Sang-woo. Two characters are pretty much opposites. One a failure and one a supposed success story. Yet, interestingly enough, they have both ended up here in the competition, where they are both risking their lives for money. This incredible competition provides us with great commentary on the absolute extremes of our capitalist society and the debt crisis going on right now in Korea. Later on, a group of VIPs enter into the game, and this is seen as an attempt by the writers to truly emphasize these extremities. However, I felt like this was the weakest part of the series, not only because of the performances by the actors as the VIPs, but also because I thought it was lacking in subtlety, and it was the weakest part in my opinion. And ultimately, Squid Game looks and sounds amazing. Visually, it is very colorful and is a blast to look at. Cinematography is great, and I really enjoy the aesthetics that they went for. Whether it's the outfits worn by the guards or the colors used in the games, it all has a bit of a weird and fantastical vibe, which I truly enjoyed. Music itself was also hit with a fantastic theme song and a great soundtrack overall. It's a complete package, right? With a couple of missteps here and there, but it's packed with social and political commentary, has a nice element of weirdness that we have come to expect from Korean productions, looks and sounds great, and is an overall joy to watch, with characters you will care about and end up rooting for. It has its fair share of heartbreak, an incredible amount of tension, and deep down has a warm core that appears every now and then with beautiful moments of humanity from our terrified characters. You've probably already watched it, but if you have not, I highly recommend it. And my final rating for Squid Game is a 4 out of 5. Yes, I enjoyed it that much. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed that review. If you did, don't forget to leave a like on this video and please do consider subscribing. Cheers. I'll see you guys next time right here on Adlib Talk.